Hey guys, I'm here from Transformers and Video Games, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I end up finding one of my two video game related holy grails. My holy grails were originally the TurboGrafx and the Vectrex. For those of you who are either too young or just don't know what a Vectrex is, it was a little home arcade console from the early 80s with very cool vector-based graphics. Now, the way the situation played out, I ended up stopping off at a garage sale. I asked the seller if he happened to have any old video games kicking around, much like I usually do, and he ended up going into the house and coming out with the Vectrex. Now, what was awesome is that he plugged it in, fired it up, and gave me a really cool demonstration of how the system worked. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and roll the video clip.
Look at that. Yeah, should we dust it first?
It's total 80s nostalgia, or late 70s, I think. Is it late 70s?
Some kind of
arcade system.
25 each.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, that's the original, man. So.
And it still works?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I get that.
Sorry.
So here's your little, this was your little controller. And, did you know about all this stuff before you married him? This nerdiness? So it has a built-in game, but you put the cartridges here. Does that sound like I just heard? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything I have works.
Oh my god, so what is this, like an original
Mine's still
It's like an old,
for Atari 2600?
around the
yeah.
same time, I think.
Okay.
Late 70s, maybe?
So vintage, it's got the original. So basically, those are vector graphics, means that they're infinite, right? So it's basically a solid line that goes for,
Yeah, but
infinity,
okay.
right?
No shake, don't touch.
So Nintendo. So this is like your old. This is your old school game. So let me see if I can play it here.
I've never actually seen one, to be honest with you.
And it actually has there has a screen, so it can give you color for certain games. But let's see, there we go. Here we go. Yeah. So it's 3 to move around and use the joystick. Here, you can try it.
There's overlays and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
there's overlays.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you could tell from the background audio there, but when the guys started playing the Vectrex, a small crowd of interested onlookers formed. But my concern was that another collector was going to show up and that I would potentially get into some kind of a bidding war with him, which is the last thing I want in a situation like this. So I really tried to close the deal. I told the guy I was interested. I asked him how much he wanted for the system. And this is when he told me he was a pretty serious collector. He actually had 2 Vectrex systems. There's the one he was showing me here, which he kept at the house. And he had another one, which he kept at the office. He said he would consider selling me one of them, but what he wanted to do is compare the 2 systems, keep the mintier console for his own collection, and then potentially sell me the other one for the right price. So this next video clip picks up about a week later.
So it's pretty straightforward. All right, so overlays go in here if you ever find any. See, they got the little clips.
Yep.
So it just fits in. Cartridge goes in here as your old school Atari.
All right.
And then for the controls, it's just this thing. A lot of people try and pull it this way. You just kind of pull it under. So you got to kind of get it so it kind of clips off.
Pull it from underneath?
Yeah, just
Is there like a release or something? Or?
yeah, it's just like a little. Hold on a second. I usually put it on the ledge. There you go. So just push this up. It should pop. Like it's just right here. Just push that up.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then these just fit in. They got the little. So basically, just put this in here, and then it just kind of just pops in like that.
Gotcha. So pushing it up is the release, and then it. Gotcha.
It actually can take 2 controllers. So
Okay.
there's the second controller if you ever find one.
Almost looks like the old Atari or Genesis configuration.
Yeah, they just pop in and out, and then you just turn it on. You got your volume, you got your reset, and then there she be. Such a cool little thing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I figured, you know what? They're hard to find now, and their prices are all over the place, but I've got one. If I had the one, I wouldn't sell it, but I've got the two, and you know what? My wife's like, just, you know, Christmas is coming up. We're going to buy our kid a new bike. If you don't, it frees out storage. She's like, you get rid of a whole bunch of stuff, but you don't get rid of your game. So controller works well, and then you just use your controls. So 3 is, it's like the old school Asteroids, right?
Yep.
That's kind of your, number 2 is your spawn. And then, I think 4 is shoot. So, let's see. I'm not very good. Yeah, there's your shoot. Pretty cool, huh? It would be cool to see it with the color. I don't have this particular...
The overlay for it.
Yeah. And if you ever find the light pen, there's a guy selling a full Vectrex package with the box, a bunch of games, light pen, and I think he's like 20 games. The box.
Yep.
And I think a bunch of overlays in the light pen, but he wants like, I think he wanted like $1,800 for it. If I had the money,
locally or like eBay?
eBay. Yeah. So
the other problem with eBay is shipping and all that. Like I've ordered things and have come broken. Like,
yeah.
And I hate.
I've only ordered one thing on eBay, and it's just one of these things I couldn't get for my collection. The only way I was getting it was from the States. Sometimes I do like estate sales kind of deal. But a lot of like the collectors, everybody knows, like they're always out there right away. So if you're not one of the first, like even when you guys,
pretty cutthroat, even garage sales.
Yeah.
I've had people try to buy stuff out of my hands before. It's like, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I've had a bunch of people ask for. So that's it.
Awesome.
And then you shut her off.
So you just push it to turn it on and off. And
No, it's a sideways. Like it's a little dial. So just or left or right to turn it on and off.
Okay.
Yeah. And, besides that, she's a good little box. You just carry it from the back.
Okay.
And then nothing. Basically, it's just a TV, right?
Yep.
I don't know what that is. Let's see what that is. Super light.
So you had other people ask you about it?
Oh yeah. Once they hear, oh, brightness. Yeah, it's your brightness.
Okay.
Yeah. Once I had, because everybody asked, so like, do you have any video games? Do you have any Star Wars? And then it comes up that I have a video game collection. So you're like the 4th person that was asking.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, all right.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out to me. Even just showing me that day was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved seeing it.
So she's good.
Okay.
I have the exact same one at work. The only difference is a little bit of sticker rub. I wouldn't take it off. It's up to you. It's your piece now.
Yep. Anything else you'd be willing to sell? Like, I didn't even think to ask you, but I've been looking for a TurboGrafx.
No, I don't have TurboGrafx.
Okay.
One of the ones I don't have.
Yeah.
It was never really kind of like my interest. It's one of the pieces that if I came across it for a good price, I'd buy it. But
okay.
I got some other stuff at work that I'll if I'm looking to get rid of it, I'll give you I'll give you a text you.
Okay. Well, here's $325.
Yeah, perfect. All right.
And yeah, like I said, I really appreciate it, and thanks for the quick crash course on it. Like I said, I'd hate to get it home and break it or.
Yeah, no, it's these things are super durable.
Do you happen to have a bag, even a garbage bag for it?
Yeah, let me get a bag for it because you don't want to get it all wet. Yeah. Well, if I come across another one, if you ever see it, grab it. Okay. Most people think they're like little TVs. But again, like I've only found, the first one I found right away was about 8 years ago. Yep. The second one was, the first one I got at a trade. We did need a trade, I believe. Yep. And then the second one, I think I found this one at a garage sale actually. Okay.
Okay, guys, time to wrap this one up again for another week, but thank you very much for stopping by and for checking out the video. As you saw, I paid $325 for that Vectrex. In my area, they generally go for anywhere between $500 and $800 Canadian. That's for a loose specimen. Obviously, if you want the original box with it, you're going to have to pay a lot more money than that. Anyways, let me know in the comments section what you think about the Vectrex and how much I paid for it. But more importantly, I want to hear about your holy grail, whether it's video game related or collectibles related. Let me know what your holy grail is and how close you've come to finding it. Anyways, thanks again for checking out the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to support me in reaching my goal of 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Leave me a like. And join me here again next week for another garage sale hunting video. Take care.